We're live. Hey guys, how is everybody? Hi Phil. Glad you could make it.
Yeah.
Thought I was going to start without you today.
Yeah. Probably would have been a better show.
I said start without you, not do it without you. Oh, look at that chat blowing up already. Hi Andrew,
Brett, how are you? Eric?
Brett, Eric.
AJ?
Hey, Phil Miller. He's in there already. Oh man, thank you AJ. I'm glad to be back. I tell you, wasn't homesick, but phew, boy was I glad to be home. Hi Eric, did you have a safe trip home? You must have. Brett, yeah, we're going to tell you all about the tournament, and we'll probably mention the impromptu interview too. That was really fun. I just walked up to them and asked them, would you guys mind? And they said, absolutely not, we'll be there. And they came right over. So that was kind of fun. Let's see if I can get our names up there again today. Why ain't that there? Oh, there's Doug. Let's get Phil here. Whoops. Maybe just a little too far on that one. Let's back it up a bit. There we go. And there we go. Now they know who I am and they know who you are. Not that they had any doubts, right?
Maybe I shaved.
Ricky, Joshua, Christopher, thank you on the congrats. We both had a pretty good tournament. Not too shabby, huh?
It wasn't bad.
Nah, it was fun. Ricky, thank you so much. It's a little early to announce this, but I think I will anyways. Ricky broke down the entire 6 hours and some odd minute video, broken down each round.
Oh, we did do it?
Yep, and they're posted on our YouTube channel already.
Thank you, Ricky.
Yes, thank you so much, Ricky. You are the man. Eric said 3-hour flight delay out of Buffalo. Holy cow. What the heck is going on in Buffalo?
Wow. That wouldn't be fun. He had a late flight anyway.
Yeah.
Like an afternoon flight.
Afternoon.
So,
Yeah. We might have got home before him.
Yeah. Well, good thing you got an hour back when you got to Chicago.
Yeah. AJ says, guys want to talk about your decks. Oh, believe me, we will want to talk about our decks. We had some good ones.
What'd you play?
What did I play? Oh, hey John, how are you? Hey Lawrence, how you doing? It's nice meeting you out there. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Eric, you should have messaged me. We could have hung out in the airport lounge. Oh, did you get stuck in that 3-hour layover too, Lawrence? Michael, how are you?
I appreciate you selecting me for the tutorial, so it's an honor.
Yeah, the prize table was pretty impressive. There were 5 1-hour-long tutorial sessions available. One for Phil Miller, Phil Keffer, Marcel, the GOAT, Tyler Bertrand, and Zach V. And Zach didn't even know he was doing it. I don't know if he ever found out, but it was funny. Doug's show on Friday night was amazing. Well, thank you, Josh. And all your games on Saturday, phenomenal. Not all of them.
Oh, but the last two.
That's right, all but the last two. And even that very last one, right down to the last card played, and I screwed up.
Yeah, Josh said he wanted to call you.
Just.
No!
Yeah. Oh, man. It was really bad. I call them balloons. What? What's the balloons going up outside?
I know we're back.
Nice work in the playoffs, Doug. Yeah, I know. I felt like Scott Flint. Everyone was calling me. I said,
Scotty
I did Scotty. I got Scotty. Went out with the first round of single and limb.
Hey, I got Scotty too.
Yeah. Cameron, hey, Doug and Phil, had a good time in Canada. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, glad to be home.
And can't wait to do it again. But next time we don't have to travel. You guys are all coming to us.
So what ruled the day?
What wrote the day? Marvel?
Marvel.
Daniel says, that Friday interview was amazing. Strong work, Doug. Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun interviewing the guys. Sorry it got so dark on us. And it was all audio and no video. We didn't plan to be out there that long, and it really was impromptu. So we had no lights.
Yeah.
And somebody signed on and said, what's going on? All I see is an arm move every once in a while. But it was a lot of fun, and they definitely answered all the questions they could. And they wanted to tell us so much more, but they were choking it back and making sure they didn't say too much.
Thanks, Joshua. I appreciate it. Yeah, you don't see Mole Man very often, so just trying to pull out a Mole Man win.
Oh, John says, wish I saw the end of your match, Doug. Unfortunately, it was audio only after 9 p.m. The stream timed out. Is that right?
He did it on
So
purpose.
my screw up, yeah. I cut that out. I didn't want you to see how bad I misplayed.
He paid Ricky to edit that part.
Yeah, Ricky took care of me. So in the top 8, 3 of us were from Ohio. Chris,
All 3 of us that win?
yep, all 3, the only 3 that went.
Oh, sorry.
All made top 8.
Corey went.
Well, sorry, Corey.
We banned him from Ohio.
Corey's from Kentucky. No, Corey did go. He had fun, but he didn't do as well as the other 3 of us. That art reveal was amazing, wasn't it, John? I couldn't believe they did that for us. That was fantastic. Those guys are really treating us good. And the artwork itself is amazing, let alone the art reveal. Scott says, loved you guys. Glad you had a great time and missed it so much. Congratulations, Phil Keffer. Chris said he slept 13 hours when he got home. I wouldn't be surprised because not too many people slept during the show or the tournament. And I did. I went to bed. And these guys were up till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday and Saturday after the tournament playing cards. Huh?
So that's nothing.
That's a good start, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Doug Taylor, how are you, man? I'm the captain. I feel like the Friday night BMG interview had tons of new information, and I'm psyched for it all. Brett says, I'm also excited about a tie-in comic book for the first set. I can't wait to see that. That really had me intrigued.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, they did. They didn't say who was going to publish it.
Not you.
No, not me. Captain says, after multiple denials, it turns out we are getting pulpy public domain characters after all. Ricky says the end of Doug versus John is there, so it might have just been on your end, John. Oh, Ricky, I asked you to cut that out, right? Man, that game against John, I misplayed it. He actually could have won the hand before if he'd have ventured 2 for the win.
That's what Josh said.
Yeah, but he only went 1, and then he locked out my hand character where the hand couldn't attack or be attacked, and
With Colossus.
with the Colossus out of the battle site.
Yeah.
And it locked up my 8 power card, my 7 and 8 power card, and the 8 special and 8 power that I had placed on him.
Wow.
Yeah, and Silver Sable would not have been able to take a 7. A 7 would have knocked her out, let alone an 8.
Yeah, just tuck tail and run.
Yep. I said, well, you only went 1, so I'm out of here. And John just sighed and said, yeah, I should have went 2. Then I had a chance. I went 5 for the win. I let him draw 3 because he only had 5 cards, and I gave him a straight. He had 1 through 8. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Which was the only thing that was going to beat me. If he had discarded one of those 3 cards, I'd have won.
Yeah, you could have played for the tie at that hand too, right?
Yeah, I could have. You had to bring that up too, didn't you? I should have tucked the 2, and then I would have tied the venture, and we'd have played the next hand to see who could outdraw the other. But Captain says after multiple denials, John says, I would never have predicted Phil Keffer winning with no main deck negate.
No, he had a main deck negate with Beast of Brute.
Yep, I think I was the only one who played without a negate.
Yeah, he played my deck. So congratulations, Phil.
What was Keffer's team? Josh wants to know.
His team was Heroes for Hire, Juggernaut, Beast of Brute, and 3 Grid Spider-Woman with the Dracula Armory, and then he played Wondagore Mountain. So he played in my deck essentially and just swapped Sable for Spider-Woman. He played a different site.
Why did he swap Sable for Spider-Woman, you think?
I think he wanted the Armory.
Oh, he needed the points for the armory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember I had told you I was planning to do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I went with no negate. I went with,
Got those events, you don't need it.
yeah, you got that right. Mr. Fantastic, the hand, Heroes for Hire, and Silver Sable in reserve. So John, just like you predicted, I went with the JW deck. He says, I just saw Juggernaut, says John. Yeah, he had Beast of Brood on there. My deck played extremely well through the first 6 games.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
No more than 4 hands either game?
The first 6 games, I did not play more than 4 hands. I only played 4 hands once. I beat Ricky when he bet 7 against me.
Beat me in 2 hands.
I wasn't going to say that because
That's all right.
I beat Phil really quick, just because of my negate, or my negate. I didn't have a negate, just because of my events, and there was nothing he could do. He just had to take it. And who did I play in the 3rd round?
Tyler?
Tyler. Tyler was actually doing fairly well against me. At the end of the 2nd hand, he was way up on cards. He was going to beat me. I think he was going to beat me.
Yeah.
I had 2 completed and no defeated. Is that right?
Must have been, 'cause you said you bet 5 for the win. So
Yeah, then I went 5 for the win.
And then
And
you
there's
had
nothing
6.
you could do.
I think you said you conceded 1 and bet 6.
Okay, yep, I think that's right. I'll have to go back and watch it again. But Tyler's game only lasted 3 hands. And I got the no special event, and it just wiped him out.
Chris was only 3 hands, right?
Chris was 3 hands. I beat Chris in 3 hands without either of my events.
Yeah.
But with Chris was beat before he sat down to play me.
Yeah. He mentally beat himself.
Yes, he did. He was sitting there and he was, Doug, I don't know what I'm going to do when I play you. Now, I don't have anything to counteract your deck. I can't do anything. And he literally sat there, pulled out his deck, and started going through it. And I just looked at Corey and I just smiled and I said, he's lost already. And when he sat down, it went by pretty fast, but I did draw very well against him. I had 2 or 3 teamworks placed, 7 and 8 power cards, the 8 any power on the hand. I think I even had the 11 placed on Heroes for Hire.
How'd you do against Keffer?
I don't want to talk about that. Someone's in the chat. I got it.
Was it a long game? Or?
3 hands.
Really?
Yep. He went. No, it might have been 4 hands. I think, except he go 1, 1, 4, 2,
Yeah, that'd be it.
2, 4, 1. I can't. I think it was only 3 hands. He went 4, and because I had duped, I had a couple dupes, and again I misplayed that one. I should have taken the 4 from Juggernaut and thrown the 8, my 8 power card over on Beast of Brood, and make him play his last card. Then my 11 from Heroes for Hire would have been good.
Well, it's a venture.
Yeah, but instead he defended that Heroes for Hire 11 with the Colossus Avoid and Draw.
No.
Yeah, and at that point I was done.
So he would have had to in turn play his Colossus offensively.
Right, and he'd had nothing to defend the 11 with.
Gotcha.
And he probably would have just conceded because I think it would have knocked out Heroes for Hire if I didn't already have them knocked out. I can't remember now. I tell you, it was a long day. I was getting so tired by the end of the day. Hey, Stefan, what was the promo? They are on the Orange Key website right now, Stefan. And I was supposed to go order 4 of them today, and I forgot. For you and me and Flag.
It's something, a bonus -3 to venture, play open-handed, I think.
Yeah, play open-handed. Another any hero.
But it's a cataclysm, so
Yeah.
not a very powerful one.
And I don't think it'll see much play. All right. I got it. Okay, hold on. I'll put it up here. I put it up on the live stream, but it didn't work out too well. I think I still got it on here. Oops, maybe I don't. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. Let me,
Josh, Marcel's deck was Starjammer, Spawn, Mojo, 3 Grid, Doctor Strange with the Dracula Armory. And he also played the Wonder War Mountain.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Scott Flynn. I told Chris that the record that my deck has against you versus everybody else, 22-4 with 2 of those losses to the world beater Doug Sims. I know, Scott. I reminded him of that before we played. I said, that deck's never beat me. And he said it's the player, not the deck.
He did say that.
Yeah. And I showed him it was the player and the deck that cannot beat me. Hey Larry, how are you?
Sean, how are you?
Zach V kindly posted all the decks on the Facebook page. Yes, he did. And I have not had a chance to go look at them yet. But Phil was talking about them a little bit before we went on air. And there was, how many JW decks did you say?
At least 11 that I saw.
At least 11.
Yeah.
That's Heroes for Hire, White Queen, 1 New Warriors.
Yeah.
That was Ricky.
Well, congratulations, Ricky, for winning the consolation tournament.
Yeah, he
Good
did.
job.
Did he use that deck?
Yep. Played Howard in the finals, so Howard started playing well after he got his nap.
Yeah, Howard man, he did a great job. He wore himself out.
Yeah.
Ricky said, I should have slept more the night before. Yeah, we all should have.
Yeah. Hard to do it when Chris is roaming around the house.
Yep. Scott wants to know who beat Keffer. Derek, I believe, wasn't it?
Derek Bertrand.
Yep, Derek Bertrand beating. Derek, I thought, was going to pound poor Marcel.
Yeah.
And Derek had 2 cards placed on Bullseye and 2 cards in his hand that only Bullseye could play.
Yeah.
And
he did the same thing that John Lewis did to you.
yep, he played that Colossus out of the battle site and locked up his Bullseye so Bullseye couldn't attack or be attacked.
And then Derek went to the power pack and it was over.
Yep. I thought it was over.
Yeah, me too.
I thought sure.
He pulled the no PD event at the right time.
Yep.
Marcel had the 11 and the Raza, and a 6 any power on Spawn, a 5 multi on Starjammers.
Oh.
There was, and he knocked out Mojo, who had a 6 -4 on him.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, Derek was winning right up till he got locked down. He saved too many Bullseye specials to the end.
Yeah.
He needed to play a couple of
needed
them
to
early.
mix them.
Yeah, it was a nice job from Derek. Marrow is no joke.
She's sort of a joke.
If Derek would have played me, he would not have been using the Marrow, Void, and Draw. I don't have any attacks under a 4.
Yeah,
Or under a
next
5.
to-
Yeah, my ANX maybe, yeah. He wouldn't draw too much. I thought I read something on the Discord about a new Devourer Worlds that affected any heroes as well as Battle Site. Was that a joke? I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I think it was made up. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I think initially they had talked about something, doing that type of role when Devour was still in play, or it affected activators or any heroes. But whether they're going to produce that or not now, I don't know.
Oh, wow. How long ago were they talking about that? Because I haven't heard that before.
That was before we banned Devour, so it's been
Oh, that's been a long
well
time.
over a year.
Yeah, and it definitely did not come up in the interview that we did Friday night on the stream.
Yeah, Dave thought it would be a way to combat Devour.
Okay, Larry says the Loki will be up tonight. I thought it was already up.
Welcome, Goat.
Hey, Marcel, how are you? See, he's recovered.
As we can see, you even stall getting on the show here, Marcel.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Just a friendly jab.
AJ's already on Larry's website waiting for that Loki card to go live. I can't hear the podcast. Oh.
Turn it up.
Put your hearing aids back in. Brett says, Andrew, yeah, I was also checking Larry's site a few times today. I thought Larry told me it was already up there last night, but I guess maybe he said it would go up tomorrow. And he said he's saying he'll have it up here real shortly. I tell you, it was so fun meeting everybody.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah, just hanging out Friday night. We played a few games on the stream. I got to interview some people. That was fun. I was hoping Marcel would come over and play against my Neuron deck, but
He didn't even show it?
Yeah, he didn't even show up after I called him out. He just sitting up.
Stayed home.
Yeah. He might, KJ says he might stall on the response. Well, he stalled me out Friday night. He didn't show up. Is it warm enough for the poor little duck? You know what? It is still kind of cold in here, but it's not near as cold as it was last week. So yeah, it's warm enough. I need to know whether or not Doug tried the poutine. I did not. I think Zach was eating it, and I took a look at that, and I said, there's no way. I'm not interested. Thanks. Thank you very much, but I'll pass.
Yeah.
Hi, Howard. How are you? Did you get all rested up, or are you still planning on going to bed early tonight, too? I can't wait to get home. Marcel made an entrance, but he ain't said nothing yet.
Yeah.
He must
Put a
still
little,
be
put a
asleep.
few little goats out there.
Yeah.
Howard, thank you for all the hospitality.
Thank you so much, Howard. It was awesome having our own little tent where we could broadcast from all weekend. It was amazing. And guys were anxious to play on the stream on Saturday. Everyone I asked said, absolutely, thanks for asking. Went over and played some great games. And it was fun. I played Nick on the stream. And then afterwards, we just sat there and talked comic books for 20 minutes. So if you want to hear some good comic book talk, find my game against Nick. And it was a quick one. I beat him in a couple hands. Sorry, Nick, didn't mean to say that out loud. And then we just sat around and talked. So it was all, the stream was still going and it captured all that. So a lot of fun stuff. Yeah, Howard says he's still a zombie. I tell you, I had a rough time today. 23 in the chat. Nice. Stomp that like button, says Daniel. Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. It was so much fun meeting you guys that we talk to every Monday night and meeting you in person. So many. I don't even know how many. There was probably 6, 7 new players there. And Larry, are you back in the chat yet? Yep, there he is. Back. Who won the new guy night, or the new guy award?
The FNG award.
F&G. I did not hear anything about that. And Howard, it was like old times. It was so much fun.
And Captain, you did hear us incorrectly. Doug did not win the tournament, but he was the highest rated player after the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, I was the #1 seed coming out of the Swiss. I went 6-1, and then I lost in the first round of Swiss, and Phil Keffer went on to win.
Yeah, there were 3 of us at 6-1. Me, you, and Phil Keffer. You
Yeah.
were the 1 seed. I was the 2 seed. Phil was the 3rd seed.
Right. And Howard's got to work on those ratings a little bit. They're not right because he accidentally entered the tournaments incorrectly. But he'll get that taken care of real soon, and we'll get an update on the tournaments, on the rankings. Right now, if it was to stand as it is, I moved up to number 14. I might fall 1 or 2 spots from there
Yeah, you
in
were
the
pretty
lifetime.
You were pretty far down, right?
I was in the 40s, I think. Yeah. Number 4 for the season. That I don't think will change because the 2 people below me, I don't think they won more anymore. Also, so oh my gosh.
Yeah, we already mentioned you, Ricky.
Who won the consolation bracket? Yeah, Ricky. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. I'm glad that deck started working for you. I would have liked to have seen a couple of those games. Did you go undefeated in that tournament? You had to, right?
Yeah,
Single limb. Yeah, that's nice. Ricky did misplay against me. The first game,
Betting 7.
he bet 7, and I did not see it coming. I had silver. Oh, he got the KO event, so I KO'd. What did I do? I KO'd the hand, and moved Silver Sable up, and then placed her teammate Avoid on her to try and get Ricky to attack her, and leave Mr. Fantastic and Heroes for Hire alone. And he threw his very first attack on Mr. Fantastic. And I said, well, I'm going to use this teammate Avoid while I can. And he didn't even realize it until after the game. Josh texted him and said, you should have attacked Silver Sable. And he goes,
Would have changed the outcome?
Yeah, he would have won the venture, I think, 6-4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he was thinking Silver Sable was a universal avoid for the whole front line. And so he said, well, it doesn't matter who I attack, he's going to use it. So I used it, and he got no attacks through on me at all. And he tried to KO Scarlet Witch. All right, first let me tell you what Ricky was doing. It's annoying as all get out. He's running New Warriors. When they get KO'd, he gets to draw 2 cards, keep dupes. He had Chaos in reserve. When a teammate is KO'd, he draws 1 card. So he drew the KO event in the very first hand and KO'd New Warriors. You got to draw 2 cards, keep them, and one of them was a dupe. And a good dupe. I can't remember. It was a defensive dupe. I can't remember what it was. And then Chaos came up and he drew a card for that, and he got to keep that. And he tried to KO Scarlet Witch, make me -5 to venture, and she had 10 points of venture on her, and he would have got to draw a card for that. But I just happened to have my Holocaust negate placed on my home base, and I said, I'm going to deny that. And I think I won 4-0 because he got
6-0,
6-0.
or maybe 4-0.
I can't remember now, but I ended up winning the venture. His 6, if he'd have thrown it on Silver Sable and I couldn't defend it, it would have won the game for him. But I also could have tucked it with the Holocaust instead of negating the KO event.
He said he drew 3 negates.
He drew 3 negates. Yeah, denied Mage. I denied him. He was thinking that Holocaust was going to be in a void. He didn't realize I ran the negate for it, which came up a couple of times. My AOA, I run the Shadow Cat Avoid and the Holocaust negate. So I was drawing that Holocaust activator in the first or second hand in almost every game. That made it nice. Ricky says, one of my 2 cards I drew from the New Warriors dying happened to be one New Warrior special card. Scarlet Witch was KO. Did I KO her? I don't think so, but I don't remember. Let's see. Ricky says, I told you I needed more sleep. Yeah, for sure. Pretty sure Justin won. No. Doug's confusing Justin and Ricky. I think he's doing it on purpose. I didn't get to hang out much with Justin. Do you know what Justin played?
Yeah, I played him after the tournament was over pretty late at night. He played Sabra,
Right.
the Reavers, Heroes for Hire, I think. Something similar to that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to see Justin too much, so I'm not sure what he played.
Find out.
But yeah, you can look it up. So that was my first game, and that was, Ricky had a rough tournament though. He only won a couple games, but then he went in that consolation and kicked everybody's butt. So I went from there, played Phil, Tyler, Chris. 5th game, don't remember who I played. Sean says, I heard a rumor that Sabra will be a character in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, okay, that's what he played. Played Sabra, Heroes for Hire, Beast the Brute, and then Deathbird.
Okay. All right, Ricky, yeah, I will go back and watch because maybe I'm misremembering. Did I knock her out anyways? I didn't let you KO her and take the 6 points of venture away, and then I whacked her anyhow? Maybe. I can't remember.
So maybe he had 10 and he KO'd her and got the 5 back. He probably won 5-0 or something.
Yeah, I might have hit her with that. I know I had a teamwork and I think a 4 multi on her. Or it might have been a 4 intellect. So I might have hit her with a 7 or 8 power card that did it. Ricky says, took me a while to figure out my deck, got going with it too late. It was interesting. I mean, you're drawing a lot of cards and hoping to make them playable.
Yeah, I think the problem with that, he said he was only running 1 New Warrior special. So if you don't get your KO event, they're kind of just sitting there doing nothing. I mean, you're almost down a hero.
Right.
And then he's only playing 1 Chaos special.
And it's a max 6 character.
No, he's a 7. Oh, no, New Warriors.
New Warriors, yeah.
I mean, you don't even attack him, just let him play the event and get rid of him.
Right. Oh, I wouldn't attack.
Yeah.
I'll try to make him your last character,
Right.
rank 6. Ricky says, got my first ever on-stream win, though, against Joe in round 7. Ready for them to release those vids. Yay! All right. I think Joe had a rough weekend, too, didn't he?
Yeah, I know 0 for 2 or 3, 1 for 2, something like that early. So I don't think he rebounded much.
They said they're going to try and get the voiceovers onto those today or tomorrow.
He said that deck always plays dynamite until he puts it into a tournament, and it just crumbles.
What was he playing this time? You told me. I don't remember.
Onslaught, Phoenix X Babies, and I think Hawkeye. He tries to do similar stuff to like Ricky's doing. He'll KO Phoenix and then bring a Resurrector with the Infinity Gauntlet. Didn't get to draw any cards, but he's putting all the hits over there, and then he KOs her with Onslaught's card. The Conqueror. Merciless Conqueror.
Merciless Conqueror.
Yeah. Or if he gets all the hits, then he'll push him over there and play Hawkeye and remove them all.
Okay. All in all, it was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of diverse decks, even though the characters were not necessarily diverse. I mean, a lot of Heroes for Hire, but
Yeah, a ton of heroes. Ton of Spawn.
yeah. A couple White Queen decks. That was nice. You and Mr. Keffer both played White Queen, right? Or no, he didn't.
Me and McMillan.
McMillan did. So
He played a dual JW. Heroes for Hire and White Queen.
he didn't do so well with that. I wonder if it's because his power pack was so messed up.
I don't know. He was 2-1 early and ended up 3-3, and I think he ended up 3-4.
Yeah, he lost his last game. I know that. So, what was that tradition of putting on someone's costume?
That was Ed's Fat Thor suit. So it's an Ed Memorial Tournament.
Yeah, Ed Kozlowski. Is that his last name? Kozlowski?
Kowalski.
Something like
Kowalski.
Kowalski, I think is how it was pronounced. Sean also had White Queen. Ed was a big Overpower supporter. He ran the events. He ran events in his garage. People would just hang out at his house. He'd put everybody who wanted to come. He'd find a spot for you on the floor. He had a camper that he parked out in front of the house you could sleep in. Just a great guy. And he passed away suddenly from a heart attack. I think it was a heart attack, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not too long ago. Well, now it's probably been 3 years. But
I think a little over 2.
2.
Almost 3 in January.
Yeah. So this tournament's kind of held in his honor, and that's why they call it the Memorial.
Yeah, if you go look, Howard made a dedicated plaque to him for the winner each year. And the plaque is called the Ed Kowalski Memorial Tournament, Peace Bridge Tournament.
And the Thor costume was the one that Ed wore, so the winner puts it on in remembrance of Ed. Super great guy. I'd run into him when we used to travel around to the Comic Cons when we was up on the East Coast. He'd always come in and just happen to stumble across this. He didn't know I was going to be there. I didn't know he was going to be there. And boom, there he is. So we'd hang out a little at the con. So that's what that tradition is. Charles says that's why we call him Dave McMillions. Did I miss something there? Jason. Okay, Jason won F and G, and Lawrence was second. All right, guys. I don't remember what Jason played. I don't think
He
I
played
saw.
the deck that Larry played in Oklahoma.
Okay.
So the Cadillac with Ghost Rider instead of Starjammers.
And Larry, you thinking about taking off Ghost Rider, putting on Mr. Fantastic? Marcel says, what are we talking about right now? Should we not be just featuring Elite Overpower as the new powerhouse in the tournament scene?
Well, we can feature Keffer.
I don't know. If you take the top 8, there were 3 guys from Ohio in the top 8 and only 2 guys from Elite in the top 8.
Well, they only have 2.
That's technical stuff. Still, they only had 2. We had 3. We outdid them.
We outdid them.
We outdid them.
We had a drunk guy.
Yeah, we had that too. If you go as far as the Final Four, you guys had us outmanned there 2-1. So, I don't know. I don't think that Elite Overpower is going to be the new powerhouse in the tournament scene. I think it's going to turn out to be Ohio by the end of the season.
Might just be Doug and Phil.
Yeah. Yep. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens when you come to Columbus. By the way, Marcel, why'd you keep ducking out on playing against my Neuron deck? Are you scared? I mean, you didn't even show up Friday night after I challenge you to play me on stream Friday night. Sean says, I only went 5-2 with my White Queen deck this time. Historically, with that deck, I've never had more than one loss. Really off my games these days. Sean, you're not playing enough.
Yep.
That's all it is. You'll get back there. Phil Keffer. Dave played his COC deck
But with Mole Man.
with Mole Man that acts like a JW.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it the JW Lite because you don't get to play the power card follow-up. Larry says CBW in honor of Ed. It was his Halloween costume.
Stefan, you know who had to sing?
You had to sing. Yes.
Mary
It was
Beth
definitely the Canadians. It got so bad that they quit counting losses. When is August? Or when is Columbus? in
When is August?
15th and 16th?
Yeah.
15th and 16th.
16th, 17th, maybe, something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's 15th and 16th.
You can come in the 15th, though.
So Sean, I hope you can make it. July, oh, it is 16th and 17th. You're right. Okay. Hope you make it. Cincy, Ohio, Scott has a great record versus the elite, as long as you're not playing them in single M, right? Howard, there should be an under the influence competition. I would definitely bet on Ohio.
You only have to bet on one person.
Yeah. Ohio, says Josh. Yeah, Ohio is where you come to play. If you go to the Facebook page today, Josh Alexander put up who he thought the top 5 were.
Yeah.
You might have noticed 2 of those top 5 that he chose were from Ohio.
He had the top one wrong,
Oh, he definitely had them flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
but Phil has been on a good run.
yes. Well, he won the Champ of Champs.
Yeah.
And then he won this one. He's won his last 2 events.
Last 3 that he's entered.
Last 3?
That he's entered, yeah.
Wow. What?
So, yeah, he won the Peace Bridge last year. He didn't play any after that.
Really? Oh, that's right. He was preserving points.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think he was for the Masters part of it, but
No. Okay. Let's see, Marcel. Don't stress. Next tournament is in the state I own. Marcel, Ohio, is going to defend his cup championship.
yeah. Gets to draw 1 extra card in Ohio.
Yeah. I know. When Ricky bets 7, I drew 6. After all, there's precedent for it now, right? If somebody bets 7 and it's on stream,
Just go for
you
it.
get to draw 6 cards. So that's what I did.
Well, if you don't get caught.
Yeah, Ricky said, go ahead. He didn't care. And when I told him there's a precedent for it, he said, you are absolutely correct. So he allowed me to do it. Seattle registration is at 26.
There we
I
go.
got 4 verbal confirmations at the tourney. So that'll get us to 30. All right, I was a little concerned.
We got to do 40.
We'll do 40 in Columbus, easy.
Easy.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, no stress.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, but I wonder how many of the 34 are coming. Well, you know what?
We know
Well,
at least Marcel and the Bertrand clan.
Josh says the PIM mindset. You know what? Sean and I both decided not to play Henry Pym.
Yeah, he can't cut the mustard.
Nah. Not against the competition.
No. Tough tournament like that.
Yeah. I don't even know if it'd have been good enough to get me into the top 8 now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, the other 3 characters on that deck are good. I mean, you got Spawn, Doctor Strange, and Dark Beast. You
Yeah.
should be in pretty good shape.
Right. But I really enjoyed the deck that I played. And it played very well. It didn't let me down. I let it down. So I struggled against Keffer.
Same with my deck. Really, I didn't feel like I lost a game all day. Really,
Yeah.
I know I lost to you, but I
Right,
didn't lose
but-
because of the deck.
No, there was nothing you could have done.
Yeah,
It's
and
just,
I made just a stupid error against Marcel, where I had the defense and didn't play it.
and let's see. Doug Taylor says Seattle will hopefully be more than the current record of 34. By the time you get to your event in Seattle, Doug, that number is going to go up because of the Ohio Cup.
Yeah, and I gotta check too because I think I'm not 100% sure, but I don't even know if Marcel made a legal play with what he did.
What?
Yeah, he played his Colossus Activator, which was the 4, and then it grants a follow-up attack. Then he played his 8 power card with the Basic Universe. And I don't know that you can do that on a follow-up attack.
Sure, why wouldn't you?
You may not. I don't know.
Just Colossus 4, Colossus may make one additional attack.
Mhm.
Just, what is it, AA?
Yeah, it's just an You probably can. I don't know. Josh thought it might have been illegal. And I got thinking about it, and it may be, but we just need a ruling on it. I don't know if it's legal or not legal, but I feel like it should be.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Not to defend Marcel.
No, I'm not trying to defend him. We would need a ruling on that for sure.
All right. Sean says, yeah, Pim is still underrated, but he needs one more good non-OPD, or even a good OPD. Me coming to Columbus is dependent on A, a ride, B, whether or not I actually get practice and stop making rookie mistakes. Yeah, how far are you from Howard? Can't you get over there every once in a while and practice with them guys? They play almost every Friday night. Scott says, you might have 5 from Drunken Addy at the Cup. If we win, might have to change our tournament to the OP mug.
That makes sense, maybe, but he said it's legal with the AA, not with the JW. But
Yeah.
I thought universe cards always had to be the first part of the attack. I know a universe card does. I mean, a teamwork universe.
Teamwork and Ally does, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's universal. Universal,
It's just
but
universal.
universe card has to be. I think it's okay. It's, ooh, you're 2 hours from Howard.
Yeah.
All right.
You can always come down with Sutton, Sean. You can talk him into coming.
Yeah,
He break out the Cadillac for you.
there you go. Mike didn't do too well either, did he?
I don't think so.
But he don't get to play either,
Yeah.
or much.
Yeah, they should practice together. They did pretty well in that team event.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they won it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when they collaborate, they do okay.
Yeah. All in all, 34 players was pretty impressive. Like I said, a lot of good decks, a lot of assortment. It was fun. Yeah, Sean says Mike is likewise out of practice, for sure.
Yeah, Garion doesn't play anymore, so.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know why Josh had Garion in the top 5, who Garion hasn't played in 4 years, right?
He's a top 5 player.
Not even having played in 4 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many players that are, you can flip-flop. I mean, he didn't have Tyler Bertrand in there. He didn't have you in there.
Wow.
Miles hadn't played in 5 years, so, I mean.
Oh, Miles has played twice.
Not
Twice in 5 years.
Right.
And he didn't do too
And he didn't
good
do well, yeah.
in his last event. He
Yeah.
went 3 and 4, I think.
Yeah, and the only deck he really technically won with was just a Cadillac deck that I had built, but.
And the Heroes.
Yeah.
He beat my Pim.
But he played it well.
Yeah. Captain, what's the foreign thing there?
I mean, it's hard to say who the 5 top players of all time are.
Sure.
There's just so many people that aren't playing the game.
Sean, Mike Sutton is to pick you up and come down one Friday for some games. Yep, they should. Plans do. All right. All right, Doug Taylor. With BMG cards, it will be nice to have the first icon to eliminate that confusion.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen.
And it doesn't matter, the old cards don't have that icon.
Yeah. Let's see, Sean says, hammered into oblivion during Swiss, but a miracle second win in the finals.
Andrew, if you go to the
Andrew?
Overpower Adventures page, Zach V has a link that you can click on. It has all the decks.
Yep. And the standings, you'd have to go to challenge. The challenge will have all the standings, right? The only thing that's wrong on the challenge page right now is the ratings. The point numbers are going to change eventually. And we're not sure how soon that'll happen.
Scotty said he's number 2 if we only count Columbus.
Let's see, the mage says, I'll try to make it out if Mike comes regularly. Nick and I talked about it too. He's hoping to come sit in on my D&D game as well, so we'll figure it out. That'd be awesome. Love to have you back in the community. Phil says, thanks for having me on the stream for our games, Doug. No, Phil, thank you, man. That was fun.
Phil, you're always welcome on our streams.
Yep. I love the assortment of guys that we were able to get on the stream.
Did you get Howard on there, or was he just too busy?
I don't think Howard ever did. I know, at one point I played 3 straight games on the BMG stream.
Yeah.
And I went up to Joe and I said, can I please come
I
back?
heard you say that. Yeah, he goes, "You on your stream?" You go, "No."
I enjoyed playing on our stream. It was fun. It's always better when
Well,
you're on the stream and you win.
You played 3 games and never got through your deck fully. They wanted to see a full.
Right. I'm going to have to do a breakdown of the deck, and you'll have to do that too. We'll have to do videos
Oh,
of deck breakdowns.
it's going to happen Thursday. We're playing those decks.
Oh, you know, Origins is this week, right?
Can't play.
I don't know.
It's all right. If you can't play, it's no big deal.
But we'll try. We'll see
I'm
how
going to
things
play a
go.
card. I'll come over here and sit down.
There you go. Let's play your deck
Put
against
on a deck
mine on the
mask.
street.
Oh, I got to take the hit.
Maybe we'll get Stephanie, you gonna be at Origins Thursday? You can stick around and play afterwards. AJ wanted to come over on Wednesday, but I don't know about that. I gotta talk to him. Number 1 being whoever plays me in the first round, says Scott Flynn. You got that right, Scotty. We gotta get you over that hump. Speaking of D&D, my game limbs, off I pop. Hey, Sean, thanks for popping on, man. Appreciate you. See you, brother. Larry says, oh, later, guys. Have to water the flowers. What do you mean, water the flowers? All right.
Must have drunk too much water. Oh, different water. Oh.
All right, Larry, we'll see you, buddy. Get that Loki card out. These guys want to buy them. Oh, man. Joshua says, my cart is ready for Loki. So, BMG made a lot of announcements. They talked a lot. One thing they mentioned was there's going to be some kind of a comic book. So that'll be interesting. I don't know who's going to be printing it. He didn't go into details. He did say Kickstarter late summer, early fall. And booster packs sometime next year, probably a year later. And it's mostly because of the printer, getting onto the printer's schedule. So, still waiting for some properties to sign on the dotted line, but it should happen very soon. Doug Taylor says, hey Larry, how about Loki before watering the flowers? Cameron says, I hope to come to where you guys are unless my mom says otherwise, because she only takes me if it's for an MRI or eye doctor's appointment. Well, I hope you can make it up, Cameron.
Cameron, I did wear a Dr. Pepper shirt if that helps.
Yeah, he did. I saw it. So,
And it was so funny watching Marcel and Keffer play. Marcel throws a big bomb with the Dracula Armory. I think it's an 11. And Keffer had his Doctor Doom special. He was just what the doctor ordered. No cards with an energy eye. No energy cards maybe played against him. And he looks at Marcel and goes, you told me to say it.
Howard, we did record the interview with BMG, and I will contact Ricky and see, Ricky, I know he's still in the chat, but see if Ricky can fish that out and cut it down. We talked for probably 45 minutes on the stream
BMG.
Friday night. And
Was it
Rick-
just Joe?
No, all 3 of them.
Okay.
All 3 of them were there. And they literally answered every question that came up in the chat that these guys were asking. So it was fun. And we'll try and snip that to make it its own videos at the end of the night, so it was totally dark out.
Wasn't really
But
BMG.
Ricky seems to be pretty good at that editing stuff. He broke down our tournament.
We might have a job for you, Ricky.
Yeah, yeah. Issue number 1, origin story of the goat. Should be great for birdcage liners, says Scott. Wow. Wow. Captain says it's about the last hour of the video from Friday night. Do you want me to post it with the timestamp in the Discord? Hey, Captain, if you could do that, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah, that'd make it a whole lot easier for guys to find it, and I'm sure they're going to want to. And then it'd make it easier for Ricky to clip it too.
Phil, I did want to ask you, I mean, I'm not trying to be facetious here, but how did it feel to play that Juggernaut Heroes for Hire deck that I had built? I mean, I know you played well with it, but
Thanks, Ricky.
any weaknesses you kind of felt or anything you'd like to do differently if you had to change it?
Phil went, what, 9-1?
Yeah.
Playing
So
it.
I would say it's a good deck.
Yeah. Marcel, are you gonna change your deck for the OP Cup?
Yeah, I think everybody's probably going to change a little bit because of the way the Player of the Year works this year.
Yeah.
So
Doug Taylor says, thanks for editing, Ricky. Yeah, Ricky, I mean, that's amazing. I made him a manager on the YouTube channel this morning,
yeah,
and he's, what, 2 hours behind us?
and now one of his
And
bots now has access to
yeah.
the burner account.
Yep, one of his burner accounts has access to our YouTube channel. I hope he don't burn our.
Thanks,
videos.
Ricky.
But man, Ricky, I really do appreciate that. We're gonna do something special for you for that when you come to town. Marcel says, Player of the Year race is on officially now. Only a matter of time before the Goat King icons are 1 and 2 in the race. So, tell me how the points go for Player of the Year. How's that work?
Yeah, so if you make the top 8, if there's only 8, then you automatically get 4 points just for making the top 8.
Okay,
And then each win that you get is an additional 4 points.
an additional 4 points?
Yeah. So if you win it, you get 16 points for the winner. So currently, Josh Alexander and Phil are tied at 16 points apiece.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And then
And then I believe
you
there's
and I each have 4 points.
right
Marcel has 8
8
points.
points.
Okay.
And so
Chris has
Chris has
8
12
points.
points.
12 points?
Yeah, he got to the final. He just didn't win it.
Okay. Oh, right. Okay. All right. So somebody from Oklahoma also.
Has 12.
Yeah.
All right, so B. McMillan, I believe, is
All
who
right.
Josh beat in the final.
Howard, are you going to post the Player of the Year points after each event, or we just going to wait? Howard, awesome event. Thanks for everything. Another event like this, says Marcel. Yeah, you're right. Nothing comes close to it. Scott, I might be bringing something new since Chris won't give me my deck back. I told him he'd have to give it back to you, Scotty. He'd have to bring his own deck to Columbus, but hey, whatever. He definitely took it a little bit farther than you. Gambit's Inherent is pretty awful. Captain, what? Oh, I missed that. Captain, sorting through more cards. I think I have a clear winner for most useless inherent ability. Parallaxes says, characters with hero code -1 to attack Parallax in first battle. Is that really his inherent ability? Wow.
There's some that are just as bad.
Just, I don't know. That's like totally worthless.
I mean, Gambit, you can have duplicate charge objects. Doesn't do anything.
Ricky asked, none of Oklahoma top 8 made it to the top 8 in Peace Bridge, did they?
Well, I think it was just Ricky there, right?
Yeah, Ricky, I think you're the only one from Oklahoma from that event. So I don't think any of them did. Did Dave say anything about a new organized play program? Yep, he did. It's in the interview. They are not going to use any kind of proprietary software to do all this, so we're probably looking at challenge for the foreseeable future. There will be organized judges. There was, there's one more. Event organizers for the big events will probably be a paid position at some time, I think he said. So,
Put me in, coach.
you don't want to organize them, you want to play in them.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Which we got to figure out what we're going to do for the OP Cup as far as that goes.
I know what I'm going to do.
You're going to play.
I'm going to win it.
You're going to win it. But how we're going to judge it and run it and all that kind of stuff. Phil says, I really like the deck, but I was short defense from time to time. No major changes at this time. Okay.
Did you like that site?
Brett Cox says, at least with the universe cards, they could be used with Spartan Training Ground, Dracula's Armory. The charge object? Is that what he's talking about?
I guess.
No. Yeah. Yeah, game was pretty bad, but man, that Parallax is mind-boggling. What were they thinking? Thank you to Mr. Phil Keffer for all of the prizes that he's provided for this event. Everyone who showed up
Very nice.
got to choose from the prize table. Most of the prizes on the prize table were playtest cards from the original set. And I should have uploaded. I got one for myself. Corey got one. Did you get?
I took the X-Men.
You took the X-Men. That's right. So they're kind of cool. They're not playable. Although Ricky could have, maybe he did. There's a Jubilee that looks like her. Avoid one attack. That they would let him play. Captain says, are you on the Overpower Discord? Cameron, are you in the Discord? Again, I've never got on. I got an account, but I've never been on there.
It was so funny. I left my
Yep.
deck up in Tyler's room or whatever. And somebody wanted to play, so I said, well, I'd play, but I don't have a deck. And Ricky goes, oh, you want to use my Iron Man? What deck? And I beat 2 people in a row with it, including Chris, drunk Chris, who said it was the game of all games. He was playing Scotty's deck,
Yeah,
and
wow.
I ended up winning both games with his Iron Man deck. So he said, I'm never going to wash it again.
Yeah, but will you play it? That's it. Bill says, Costa made both top 8s and lost to quarterfinals both times. Not sure of his deck, but he has at least 8 Player of the Year points. More if his deck was different.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, there could be a few of those.
Yeah, Dave McMillan was out there.
Yeah, but he didn't make.
He
He didn't
didn't
get
make
the
the
top
top
8.
8.
Yeah. He did play a different deck though, so he was going for the points.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have got some points out there too.
Yeah, a lot of points.
Yeah. Power rankings will be up soon, says Marcel, the new power rankings. I don't know. I don't know how we could have got more players at all this year. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we lost 2 Ohio guys for sure.
Well, yeah, Vlad and Sam, they could have made it. And Sam told us almost immediately that he almost regretted going to the Rolling Stones concert instead of coming to play Overpower. And Vlad wishes he'd have been there because his soccer team lost. But there's 2 guys that'll be in Columbus that weren't in Canada. Captain says there's definitely talk of how they'll be encouraging in-store play, but I don't remember exactly what was said. Yeah, Captain, they're going to make power packs available to stores at cost. I guess you got to talk a little bit about the pack breakdown of the cards. There'll be no power cards in this in the first set, so we're going to need either to use the ones that we have now, or they are going to print some power cards and sell them. I think they said a play set of 3 of everything for each stat. And they'll make them available to stores at cost so the store can buy them and kind of inexpensively and then have them there for the players to do drafts in the store. Howard says, Phil Keffer, John Keffer, Phil Miller, Marcel, and Prestige all donated generously to the prize table. Thank you so much. It made the tournament. Yes, thank you all, guys. Oh, yeah, you gave out a IQ hero to everybody. That was nice, too. I got a Thor. Yeah, that was real nice.
Yeah, Keffer pulled my Iron Man.
Oh, nice.
Saw somebody got Cable.
Yeah,
Yeah, I put a bunch of good cards in there. So.
yeah, there were some good ones. Phil says Windegar was decent, but doesn't have as much depth as the sites I usually play.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little thin, but I mean that kind of helps because my battle site was so big. It was, I think 17 or 18 cards.
Really?
Yeah. So I mean, if you take a site that's not as strong, you can limit the activators you put in it.
17 or 18 activators. That's even more than Citadel.
Yeah, I had some wonky cards in my
Yes.
battle site, but I needed them.
Yeah. Captain says, Doug, were the playtest prize cards from the original Overpower set with the familiar art on the back of the cards or with black backs? Or were they from power players? Mr. Phil Keffer would know better than me, but I believe they had black backs.
I know they had a blacked out front.
A lot of them did
Yeah, there was no picture
Uh-huh.
image.
on some of the heroes.
on
No,
some
they
of the
weren't, they
actual
were the universe.
specials.
Yeah.
So I know Marcel used to play a Beast 9 that was
Oh,
just,
there, Phil just said it, this round of playtest cards had black backs. And Marcel says, are all the normal Ohio people making the cup? Marcel, I don't know how many people in Ohio are normal, so I don't know if the normal Ohio players.
but the
will be
usual
here or not.
suspect of characters might be here.
That's right, the usual suspects will be here. Yes, AJ, Vlad, Sam, Chris, Scott,
Maybe Miles.
maybe Miles. Yeah, they're talking about Miles might make it up.
Stefan, Josiah,
Stephen,
Corey,
Josiah, and Corey.
Doug and Phil,
Yep. So there you go. That's like the top 12.
Darren.
I doubt it. No. Stefan, are you still in the chat? You're going to make it, right? Howard says just the abnormal ones. That's right, Howard. Yep.
Abnormal.
Captain says those power cards will be in the starter decks too. Yeah, you almost have to do that or they wouldn't be starter decks. So, yeah. Brett says starter decks will have power cards, basic universe, and training. Those card types will not be in booster packs. Booster packs will also be draftable with a character and specials for that character. So in their version of drafting, everybody opens their packs. You're going to get 2 heroes with specials, and everybody puts their heroes out on the table, and then you're going to draft a character and get the card and their specials.
So just 2 heroes per pack.
They didn't say exactly that part. They didn't say how many specials you get with the character. But if you get 4 specials, that's 10 cards right there. So, yeah,
You can probably get 4 or 5 specials.
yeah. And Scott says, yes, Howard, all the Southern Ohio players should be making the cup. Phil Keffer says, pictures only on heroes that were in power players. Larger version of same picture. Captain says, okay, and they were overpowered playtest cards, not power players. The developmental procedure to overpower. And Stefan says, I have requested time off from the boss. Stefan, I thought you were the boss.
Yeah.
Am I being,
It's a request.
have I been misled? Cameron says, well, I am from Southern Ohio myself, so I hope to make it to the OP Cup in August. That'd be great, Cameron. I hope you do. That'd be super. And Brett says, I think they said packs will be 16 cards, and they did say that. But I think 3 of the cards in every pack are going to be the rare or the chase variants. BMG interviews now up on the channel. Ricky, you're the best. Look at that. He did it while he was watching the live stream. Oh, Ricky, man, that's great. And did you title it just a BMG interview or something, Ricky? So everyone knows what to look for. I mean, if you click on videos
Videos or live.
and click latest, it'll be the first one. So I might re-listen to that again too, myself.
Yeah, I didn't get to hear any of it. So.
Yeah, it was great. The chat was blowing up. Marcel says, I may or may not have gotten a little preview of some new BMG cards, and they may or not be amazing.
We'll never know.
Scott wants to know where you're at, Cameron. I think he's,
Portsmouth?
yeah, Portsmouth Southwest, or Southeast instead of Southwest. Ricky says, getting my brownie points. Yes, sir, you are. Spill the beans, Marcel. What did you see?
I don't think Marcel's allowed to spill any beans.
He can't, even though he hasn't signed that NDA, he's not gonna let anything slip out. Stefan says, man, I gotta listen to his interview, serialized cards, ultra chase, dolly type cards, dolly type stuff. They didn't go into detail what the chase cards were gonna be. I know that what they're trying to do is pretty amazing, and they can pull it off. But like Marcel, I'm not supposed to say that part.
Doug, my deck was 67 cards and ran 2 events, so I technically count that as 65 cards.
Yeah, why would you not count your defensive cards?
Because you draw for it.
Oh, you redraw for them? Okay, unless you draw them both the same hand.
At least draw one.
Ricky says it's processing now, I realize, but we'll be live shortly. Thank you, Ricky. So when this one's over, you guys can go listen to that one. NDA doesn't count if you're in Canada.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, that's funny. Scott Flint. I am from McDermott in Scioto County, which is between Lawrence County to the east and Adams County to the west.
What city?
Um,
Might not be a city so small.
McDermott is the city.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I believe he's southeast.
Yeah, he is.
I will be interested to see the chase cards. You will have a chance to bling out your decks in the BMG format.
I
do
believe
know that.
I believe the big city in Scioto County is Portsmouth, so
Okay.
he's somewhat close to there.
Yep. So if you guys like to bling out your decks with fancy cards, you should be able to do it under the new BMG program. Everything in the regular cards are all going to be commons. And then the chase cards will be the bling version of those commons. Scott says it's 2 hours away from Cincy.
Yeah, they're not close.
Yeah,
He's probably closest to me.
yeah, for sure. Josh says chase cards being foil, alternate art stuff, I assume. You are correct. John says, thanks for streaming, guys. Have a great night. John, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Thursday night. Hey, Brian. Good games at Peace Bridge, Overpower. You know what? I think every game we had on the streams, everyone played good games. It's a lot of fun. Guys, when they get it up, the BMG gets it up, there'll be 10 games there. And if you watch my 3, they were all pretty short. So you can,
Zoom through.
yeah, you just whip right through. Stuff that says,
He's from
hey,
the same
Cameron,
area.
I grew up in Brown County. Ah, okay. Grew up in Brown County. Wow. 88 counties in Ohio, guys. I don't know where they all are. Sorry. So there were a lot of great games at Peace Bridge. Skittle Daddy, Pokemon style, which I feel is ideal. Cameron and Stephen, I should say Stephen, Cameron wants to know how can he find you? Doug, legit tournament. You performed phenomenal and with no negator. Awesome. Well, thank you, Marcel. I appreciate that. And my 2 losses were not because I didn't have a negate. It was fun. I loved everything about my deck. I might play it again at DOP Cup. I don't know. Scott, I'm half that distance away from Doug, and that's still too close for me. You got that right, Scott. Phil Caffer says BMG is hoping to get the games up by next weekend. I thought by this weekend, Phil. They said they're going to start the overdubs today or tomorrow, so hopefully it'll go up soon. Andrew says, can you guys post standings, decks used somewhere other than Facebook? I'm a millennial. I don't have Facebook. Yeah, that's a good question. All right. Yeah, we can get it into the Discord, Andrew. Are you in the Discord? Skittle Daddy says, cards available for play, alt art available for collectors. Yep, that's exactly what they plan.
Well, everybody will have to be a member of Challenge if they play in a sanctioned event, though. So
What do you?
he's asked if we can throw it in Discord.
Yeah,
Is he
but-
not on Facebook or something?
Yeah, but the deck list. You can't put the deck list in challenge anywhere, can you?
I don't know. I don't know what they can do.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Howard, you want to stay up till 5 in the morning figuring that out for us?
Yeah, request that from challenge, will you, Howard? Let's see. If not King, I hope Anonymous will avenge us.
Yeah, he doesn't want us in there, that's for sure.
Yeah. Tell Ellie I said hi and I miss her and I hope she comes up soon. Andrew says, I can be, what's the Discord? Josh from Florida, Josh Christopher, he can help you out with that Discord thing. And so can Captain. I think the Captain is in there an awful lot too. Marcel says, Scott Flint, you and Vicina come up with a team name? Question mark. I believe Miller and Tyler have already taken Team Soda Pop.
That's your soda pop.
Yeah, pop, pop, pop. Oh, that's funny. So, all you guys that were at this big event, I hope y'all come to the OP Cup too. We'll just keep this game growing. If we can hit 35 to 40, and then we get 35 to 40 in Seattle,
35 to 40 in Boston.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they got close to 30 last time.
They got a big player base up there. They just don't travel though.
Okay. Did the Shadow King have anything for the weekend? I did not hear anything about the Shadow King.
I don't care about the Shadow King.
Yeah. Although,
Shadow King owes me a bunch of money.
the Shadow King may show up on the deck real soon.
Not mine.
Not yours? No. Okay.
It's trash.
Oh, wow. Trash? Okay.
Yeah, I drag him to the trash can from the toolbar there.
All right, Phil Keffer, we have not decided that yet. He wants to know top 8 or 12 in Ohio.
It depends on the entries. If we don't eclipse 34, there won't be 12 players for sure. I don't want 12 players sneaking in to play in the finals. That doesn't make any sense to me, letting 4 and 3s in.
Ricky says top 16. No.
So we'll probably have 12 because I'm sure there'll be 40 plus players here.
If we hit 40, you want to do 12?
Yeah, I mean, if we get to 34, I'll do the 12, but I don't think it's a great format until you get to 36 to 38 really, but
Phil, you can use my radar warning deck again, says Ricky.
no, thank you. I couldn't shuffle it.
Is that big, huh?
Yeah.
Top 16 won't happen, says Mr. Keffer. I agree. I agree that over 34 makes sense, says Phil Keffer.
Yeah.
Find me at Josh's avatar is the one in a grudge card. You're right, Stephanie. There is great momentum for a Kickstarter. And I don't know why they're waiting. And that was one thing I guess I should have asked them when I had them on the interview. They don't really need the IP property that they're waiting on to announce the Kickstarter.
How does a Kickstarter work?
How does it work? They're going to tell you what you get and what it will cost to buy it. And then they'll set a goal. We need to raise X amount of dollars in order to do this. If they don't reach that dollar amount in, I believe it's 30 days, well, they can set the amount of days that the Kickstarter is live. If they don't hit that goal, nobody gets their credit card charged. If they hit the goal, they hit all the credit cards the same day. And then boom, they've got the money, they can start the process.
And what do you get for that? Some sort of
Well,
incentive?
they'll tell you what you get for it, which for this one will be the set. It'll be 142 cards, I think they said. If I'm not mistaken, you guys that heard the interview, maybe you can correct me. But I'm pretty sure they said it was a 142 card set. And you'll get, I'm assuming, a play set of everything. Maybe that's why it was 142 cards, I don't know. Then if they raise money above and beyond the goal at certain other, they call them stretch goals, when they hit other dollar amounts, like if they go over by 20%, they're going to throw in additional foil versions of something or something along those lines.
So the more the raise, the better it gets for the...
Yep. And sometimes they'll do tiers too, and there will be tiers actually, because there will be one for stores that stores can buy in at a wholesale level. So we could say, hey, we want 10 of those Kickstarters, but we're not going to pay over full retail, we're going to get them at a reduced price, then we can put them in our store and sell them at retail. So there's a lot to it, but I think they could go as long as 90 days. They could try and raise money for 90 days, but it's been a while. I don't remember for sure. Wow, Discord's blowing up here. I mean, Discord, the chat's blowing up. Steph says good momentum. Yep. Phil says 35 plus is good at 12, 34 is still good at 8. Doug Taylor, I'm on Discord, but people need an invite to join.
No, the tiebreakers weren't really that close.
Cam, BW. Oh, yeah, Cam and the first initials of his last names. Phil, did I get my autographed event or did Chris forget it?
I don't
Were
know
you
what-
supposed to autograph an event for him?
Not that I'm aware of.
It didn't happen, Scott. Stefan, were the tiebreakers?
I think he wanted Kepper to autograph the,
Why wasn't top 12?
Hideout
Is that what he
Discovered or
wanted?
something. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
You can get that done here in Ohio, Scotty.
Stefan, I think it had something to do with challenge, why they wanted to take it to 12, but I'm not really sure.
No, it was just because McMillan and BMG thought that if you get that many numbers of players, 8 out of 34 is a pretty low percentage of people that actually qualify. But the problem with challenge is they had to do it in even numbers, so it either had to be 2, 4, 8, or 16. So in order for it to run without him trying to create another bracket like he had to do.
Okay.
But he had to do it anyway because of all the mess ups that Challenge presented to him the night before. So we just decided last minute that, hey, you know, if you got to make a second bracket, let's just go ahead and extend it to the 12 players.
Okay, there we go. Skittle Daddy says, my money is ready. Release that Kickstarter. Yeah, I know. But I don't think any of the BMG guys are in the chat. They haven't said hi yet. So we'll have to reach out to them and tell them.
Yeah, so the same offer will stand, Phil.
What's that?
If there's a 5 and 2, they do make the top 8 or 12, whatever we need, but 12 is the maximum.
It actually would have been a perfect cut at 5 and 2, said Marcel.
Right.
Yeah.
So we will continue that precedent, that if there's a 5 and 2 and they're number 9, we will take up to 12 players.
There will be a tier that the Orange King can buy at a wholesale price, and he can make it available on his site after the Kickstarter. So if you miss out on the Kickstarter, but I'm pretty sure most of us here are going to be on that Kickstarter. Josh Doug, I posted a link to the Discord here. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Steph says, I was glad to hear that they have a professional involved in managing the Kickstarter because there are ways for it to be more successful, and hopefully he can get those tips out to us to help push. Yeah, they got somebody who is very good at doing things like that, marketing, and they're going to market the Kickstarter for them. So that is good.
Yep.
They announced 32 plus would be top 12. They are learning that we don't need to move it up until 35. The main goal is to make sure 5 and 2 always makes it.
Yep, I agree with that.
Doug Taylor says he doesn't see the link, Josh. Brett says he thinks YouTube removes the link from the chat. That's interesting. Why would they do? Oh, they don't want you going outside of YouTube. Maybe that's what it is. Doug, you're in the Facebook group, so we can post it there. If somebody wants to post the Discord link on that Facebook page, I think that's legal. You gotta put spaces in it or something, says Ricky, so that they can't detect it. Yeah. Yeah. That's the best way to do it. You just can't copy and paste though, or click. You have to copy and paste and take out the spaces. So, all right, guys. Thursday night, Phil and I are going to try to play our decks on the live stream. We'll do it 2 or 3 games, and we do have Origins here this week. So I think we're going to do it, especially if I can get AJ to not come on Wednesday and wait and come Thursday. So we'll see. Marcel says, I hope BMG hires the same camera as the first event at the Cup. It felt like we were on ESPN. Yeah, I know.
Wasn't that Mills James?
Yeah, it was, but they're not always going to be in the cities.
Marcel, if they don't do it, I'll do it.
What? You'll hire Mills James to go? Oh, for here? Oh, yes. We'll be using Mills James here for sure.
You didn't do so well on ESPN channel though.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Ron. Where is Ron? Ron's overseas right now, but I'll reach out to him and make sure that they want to use Mills James again, because those guys are awesome. They were so helpful. And you're right, Marcel. It was impressive. Yeah. Great seeing you guys this weekend. Can't wait for the Cup. You know, Phil, it was a pleasure, and your wife was fun too.
Yep.
So
Had a
thanks.
great time, guys.
Yeah, you guys have a great week, and we'll look for you on Thursday night battles. All right? Have a great week.
Take care, gentlemen.
52. That's a new record, too.